Welcome back to Kickoff Express, Week 7. He's Jay, I'm Josh. We are breaking down all things NFL and fantasy football. And why don't we start with a man making a bid to be Mr. Fantasy Football? You could say Arian Foster had that title for a while, Jay. That might be important. You should check that.
No, I'm not worried about it. We're good.
One guy who you have been checking up on for the Houston Texans, Deandre Hopkins. Everybody, defense has been running into the refrigerator to try and get away from Nuke. How much do you love Deandre Hopkins right now?
I love him to death. He has had double-digit targets every game this year. Going back to last year, it's now 8 of 9. I've got a great stat here that I was just working on earlier. He's the NFL leader in targets and receiving yards. He's currently second in receptions behind Keenan Allen by only 1. You could make the case since week 13 of last year when he torched the Titans for 9 catches, 238 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You could make the case that he's arguably been the best receiver in football.
The best receiver
from a statistical standpoint, okay?
With the quarterback situation happening in Houston.
Of his last 11 games leading up to the present, he's had 5 games of 100-plus yards, 6 outings of 8-plus catches, 7 efforts of double-digit targets, and 7 touchdowns. That's basically in the category of Odell Beckham Jr. last year toward the tail end, and maybe Calvin Johnson from 3 or 4 years ago, and maybe Julio Jones over the last 2 years.
What I wanted to ask you was the quarterback situation. You have Brian Hoyer, you have Ryan Mallett. There seems to be a revolving door behind the center there in Houston. That almost helps Hopkins a little bit. I mean, the team is terrible. They're playing from behind quite a bit. They're throwing quite a bit. And it doesn't matter. It seems to matter who the quarterback is.
Well, they only
DeAndre Hopkins put up results.
They have Arian Foster catches the ball in the backfield.
Yeah. And
they've got Hopkins. They don't have anybody like, I know Nate Washington and Cecil Shorts are okay number 2 receivers when healthy, but after that it's Jalen Strong, my guy from Michigan State, Mumphrey. Like it's a mess. So they have no choice but to. It's a lot like Brandon Marshall at the end of his Broncos career before he kind of went crazy.
Right.
The Broncos, thanks to Josh McDaniels, they purged everything. Where basically they were left with their whatever quarterback throwing to Brandon Marshall between 16 and 20 times a game.
Yeah. Well, it's nice work if you can get it.